Good morning. How are you? Today, I want to ask you a question. What are the sounds that you hear around your home in this season? I was paying attention to the sounds around my home recently, and in the past, a long time ago, when I moved to this neighborhood 30 years ago, this neighborhood had many, many rice fields, many rice paddies. They were everywhere. Every window that I looked out in my house, I could see a rice paddy. And so in the summer, of course, the sound was the sound of frogs. The frogs, I like this sound. This is a good sound. I really enjoy it. I love it. The sound, though, was so loud. It was thundering. It was a deafening sound. It was so, so loud. And even in the middle of the night, I could hear the frogs. Frogs would come and stay on the window like this. I could see the frogs on the window. I love little green frogs, so I was okay. One terrible thing was it was difficult to walk outside without stepping on frogs because there were so many frogs. The rice paddies are on either side of the street. And so when you walk on the street, the tadpoles, tadpole is otamajakushi, the tadpoles that had recently turned into frogs would jump onto the street. And it was very difficult to take the garbage out in the morning without stepping on frogs. I had to watch very, very carefully. Now in my neighborhood, there are almost no rice paddies left. During these 30 years that I have lived in this neighborhood, many apartments and condominiums have been built. Even just this window, outside this window was a rice field until last summer. From last summer, they built a new apartment building. And so that was the last rice field full of frogs. And now there's an apartment building right next to my house. So I haven't heard hardly any frogs this summer. One night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I could hear one frog, one little lonely frog's voice in the middle of the night singing. And I was a little sad. I was kind of sad. But on the other hand, the sounds have changed in another way, in a good way. My neighborhood, when I moved to this neighborhood, there's my dog. When I moved to this neighborhood, there were many young families, many children, and it was full of life. It was lots of children's voices. But as our children grew up and moved away, it has become more and more quiet. And there are more and more older people because people like me are getting older. All of the young families are becoming older people. And so we didn't hear the sound of children's voices so much as before. And because we have all these new apartment buildings and condominiums around us and houses, there's new houses also. There are lots of new young families moving into my neighborhood. And now I can hear children's voices. I can hear little boys playing outside in a house near me. in the new apartment, right outside my window, there are two little boys in kindergarten who live in this house, and I can hear them every morning talking with their mother, chatting like a little child, sometimes crying, sometimes angry. But it's really, really nice to hear the sounds of children. So I have traded the sounds of frogs, which I loved, with the sounds of children in the neighborhood. So what kind of sounds do you hear in your neighborhood? What are the sounds this season or any season? Let me know if you belong to my mini daily English, I can't remember, lessons with Michelle online. Please let me know about the sounds around your house. That can be your topic. Okay, everyone have a wonderful day. See you next time, and God bless you. Bye.